Hi everyone, it's Tara. Welcome back to my channel. So today what I have laying here is rice paper. I had seen Tina do her video last week playing with some that she had gotten, and I thought, you know what, we could probably print our own prints on rice paper, do our own stamping on rice paper, do our own grunging of rice paper, you know, and then make some ephemera from it. So that's what I did. What I did was I took a regular piece of cardstock. Now I have not tried running this through my printer without the cardstock because of my fiasco with with the tissue paper, and this is stronger of course than tissue paper. However, I just didn't trust myself. So anyway, if you try it and it works, let me know. Anyway, I was gonna say I went ahead and I just used some washi tape and I taped it, really just trimmed it right to the edge on these, because my piece here, I'll show you the package. It is 9.5 by 13. So this is the one I got, Hanshi paper, and you get 100 sheets, and it was under, I think it was like $12 or $11 or something. But I thought that was a good deal because you only got 50 sheets at Hobby Lobby where I checked on Saturday, and it was $20 or $18.99. So yeah, I went ahead and got it online, and I don't know the big difference in quality or anything, but for my purposes, you know, what I'm doing here is perfect. So yeah, so I taped it to here, and I printed out a couple of prints, just grabbed a couple of Tina's designs out of my folder and printed just to see what I would get, and that's what I got. And then I did some coffee dye on this one here, along with some walnut stain, and I used this stencil by Tim Holtz, but I went a little heavy on these two. This one turned out a little better, but yeah, I cut them down. I just did them side by side and cut them down so I could use them, I don't know, on packets or just as a background, you know, behind stuff, because they look so nice and grungy. And then I went ahead and sprayed the rest of the page and just used these as strips for whatever. We'll find something for them. You know how scraps are. And then on this one, I actually did this stencil, but I went along and I just like moved it after I did it, and I used my archival ink and where's my dauber? I used this dauber. Okay, so yeah, and it made me a pretty cool background. So what I thought I would do was possibly do a little bit of stamping on this one. So I went ahead and after I did the stencil, I grabbed my coffee in my spray bottle and I just sprayed it real quick, laid it off to the side. It took about 5-10 minutes to dry, and I got this. So I like it. I hope you do too. And I was gonna I thought I would do a few like I said, a few stamps and make, you know, one of our collage pages, but have this one be with that background first, and then of course on the rice paper. And I've noticed the rice paper is a lot stronger than I had thought, so that was really cool. I've been wanting to get some forever, and I just said, you know what, I'm getting it. So I did, and I'm glad I did. I'm looking here in my stamps real quick. I just kind of sat down and decided to do this video right now when I had this going, and that's why everything's kind of a mess, and I've got stuff still from yesterday's video. I apologize. My desk doesn't usually look like this for you guys, but you know how it is. You guys, seriously, we are messy, at least while we're working on stuff. So yeah. So how's everybody's week going? I have had a good week. Technically, it's the beginning of my week. I'm filming this one on Monday. So, you know, I haven't really done much this week yet, but I'm sure it's going to be a good one. Now, I'm looking here real quick because I want to do something like this. Is really grungy, and so I'm trying to figure out if I want to do more grungy or if I just want to add, like, I think I'll do some words. You know, because sometimes I like when it's, I think it counterbalances each other when, like, you do grungy and you also do elegant, you know, or classy kind of. Sometimes it's fun to have a few things that look kind of cool. I was thinking I'll do some words. Let me get this little thing sticky again. Where's my wet? Guess I don't have one out. I'm gonna grab a wet wipe here. Get this so it sticks again. Okay, there we go. Okay, now I was thinking that I would do it in some black. I hope this looks okay. Anyway, what I was going to say is I was thinking about this thing. I did it in archival ink. It's permanent, so that I didn't use distress because, of course, I only have distress oxide and a couple of Tim's inks because all they have at the store anymore is oxide, and that's usually where I pick mine up. And so I went ahead and used the archival ink because it's permanent, and it's the oil base, and the distress oxide is the water base, and I didn't want, when I did this coffee, I didn't want it to like reactivate the ink and cause it to move, which it worked really well. It stayed in place, so I'm really glad about that. So that doesn't look too bad with the black on top, right? I like that. So I'm just going along, and I'm going to do what I do when I kind of collage around stuff and put these words down first, and then I'll come back in with something else here. Let's see. I'm trying to think, do I want to do, I think I'll do it upright again in the center. Okay, and then I'm gonna go up here. Oops, I kind of missed it a little bit, but that's okay. These will get cut up anyway, so I'm not going to worry about it. I'm just trying to place it so that at least it kind of complements and is appealing to the eye, For some reason, odd numbers seem to look better to people's eyes. I know there's a ratio thing that goes in with that. I'm sure that artists that are listening can tell me what that means. I am looking at these pretty rows, and then I've got like these really foo-foo, fluffy, kind of frilly border type pieces here, and I'm thinking and I may go ahead and use this one. I like that one. I like all of them, but Okay. Go along the edge up here. Probably missed a little tiny bit of that, didn't I? Yep, of course. Okay. Oh, I was going to mention to you guys, so if you have contacted me on my Facebook, Tara's Take on Facebook, and I haven't responded, I apologize. This morning, I just noticed that I had some messages on there. Actually, I hardly ever go on there because when I started it, it was months and months ago, and I hadn't really done much yet. And then I got busy with my Etsy shop and just crafting in general. And every time I would go on there, it's kind of, I don't know how to explain it, but for me, the way they have it written for the person who's created the page is it's kind of difficult to really understand what you're looking at necessarily, unless you really, I don't know, you really play with it and teach yourself how to use it. And it was one of those things that I was kind of, I hate to put it this way, but I couldn't be bothered. I was like, okay, this is too complicated to figure out. It's kind of stupid to me, so I'm just not going to really use it that much. So I ended up not really going in there. And then when I do go in there and I try to put stuff on there, again, I run into the difficulty of the way they have it set up for the creators. I'm sure looking at it from your side, it's just a normal Facebook page. And but from our side, they've got all these different things, and they're constantly asking you if you'd like to put ads, or if you'd like to do this or you'd like to do that, and it's just all this stuff on your page that kind of takes you away from the whole goal of what your page was. They need to simplify it, to at least in my estimation. So anyway, I hadn't really gone on there a lot, is my point. And now I'm seeing that you guys have actually posted some pictures to me. Thank you so much. And showed me some of your work. And I'm really, really interested in seeing your guys' work. So if you do post on there, I will try to get back to you as soon as I possibly can, as soon as I see it. Now that I know that there are those of you who are posting on there once in a while, I will start checking it, okay? But I wanted to apologize for not seeing your messages to me. And the ones who have posted artwork, it is beautiful, and you've done such an amazing job. I have a couple of you that have, actually quite a few of you that have channels, and as I find out you have a channel, I go over and subscribe, and am trying to visit and look at videos and stuff as much as possible. And there's just so much talent out there. I mean, seriously. That's why I was mentioning the other day about possibly doing our own Facebook group. I think I mentioned it. I kind of wanted a place where everybody, not just me, but everybody could post their work, and for me, I know some of you aren't necessarily junk journalers. You're artists, you're painters, and I was thinking that it would be really awesome. I'm sorry, I'm trying to see how to cut this one. I was thinking that it would be really awesome if we had that page, that group place for us that come on here, that we could see one another's work, whether it be junk journaling or a painting, or a drawing. I just thought it'd be a nice place for you guys to showcase your work, and also with no, oh, look at that, I made it. Remember I told you I tend to do that? I did it there. But where you guys could have a place to show me what you're doing or what you've done. And so yeah, I'm working on that. I'm looking into doing that. We shall see, okay? We shall see. I do have it in my heart, though, to do that. I was looking for, oh, here it is. I was thinking this one would go cute on here. I love this one, so. And it just looks really, pretty much has looked good wherever I've placed it. Now it's not sticking, so I got to get my wipe here and just wipe the dust off. Got a little dust on it. That's so irritating. I hate when I do that, when I weave and bob with my stamp. I was talking and I distracted myself. Okay. So many of you have told me you have this stamp. I think it's so cool. Great minds, great minds. This stamp set. It's just such a pretty stamp set. Oh, I did it again. Oh, gosh. Oh, good. It's okay. See if I can do this without getting the ink all over the place. I'm going to sit this one right here. Yeah, I thought this, the background of the green or whatever color we want to do would be kind of fun. And I know we just did this with our tracing paper as far as the collaging goes. But like I said, I really wanted to make these backgrounds so that we can use them together and do some, let's make some ephemera kind of video, I thought that would be fun. So I'm thinking, do I want more of that one, or do I want to put something else right here? I think I'll do the other little guy, which is this typewriter. He's the other that comes from that set. It's just such a good set. So I am also working on some little projects, trying to come up with fun ideas of things that are a little bit different, and I'm working them out, hoping that I can, you know how you start a project that's different and you're really not sure how to work out all the kinks. That's kind of where I am, but I am working on creating a journal out of coffee filters. I know that sounds strange, but I am. And I thought it would be kind of fun to do something different and weird like that. I've not looked online. I don't run onto YouTube and go, oh, did somebody else already do this? If I think of it, a lot of times I do that, but for the most part, I just kind of, do stuff in my way. And if I don't say I'm the one who thought of it, because I have no idea if somebody else thought of it. But I thought of it yesterday when I was working with my cupcake holders, which by now you should have seen the video with cupcake holders. And so, yeah, so I was thinking, oh, that'd be kind of cool too, to do something with coffee filters. I mean, I've used coffee filters as far as like to glue them down on stuff, or to utilize them that way, but this was more of fun with trying to make something out of them that is odd. You know what I'm saying? Like a journal. I actually did, here, I'm going to show you guys, just because I've been talking about it. I actually did a template. I've got it started. This is the cover. And I covered this part with the filter. Okay. And then there's your spine. And then there's the inside of it. And I just thought it might be kind of cool but what I'm trying to work on, I can see different ways to put the signatures in. However, what I'm working on is an easy way to get the papers, and I really can't think of any other way than just to cut down your paper into that round, shape. So that was where I kind of got stuck. It isn't on the decorating. I can think of ways to decorate it, and all that, but I was just thinking about how to get those signatures to where they're this round shape. So anyway, I'm working on that for myself, hoping that I find something and figure it out. So we'll see. I don't usually cockeye like this, but I thought that might look cute. So there we go. I think that one's done. And so now I have a rice paper background. I will probably scan one of you, and I didn't write your name down, and I'm so sorry, but it had a great idea with our tracing paper background too, is you could even just do this on copy paper and make your own, collage like this, scan it into your computer, save it, and then just print it out on rice paper or tissue paper or tracing paper or vellum or whatever you want, and it would make a really cool background. So I really like this one. It's kind of fun. I think it's cute. Yeah, I like that. So I'm glad that one turned out okay. Now I think I'm gonna do one from like the start, and I'll show you what I did. Sorry, I'm grabbing a piece here. It's open at the other end from me and I can't get to it. There we go. Okay, so here's a clean sheet of the rice paper. I'm going to take a drink of water. Okay. Now I'm going to get my stencils out real quick because I think I want to do a different one for this. You know what? I really like this one. And it's almost a full page stencil. Poor baby, it's stuck in here. I've got stuff all over it, probably paint and everything else. Ooh. Oh, there we go. Okay. So what I was thinking was I'll do, you know, like that and then like that. And then I'll have a whole background. And close this black up. I don't want to mess it up. And I'm going to use my wipe here. Wipe this stuff off my hands a little bit. Okay. Let's see. What color do I want to do this? I think I'll do this one in the blue. Or you know what? No, I'm going to use, because I may use this to decorate our journal, so I'll use the mulberry. Okay. And I'm just going to, where is my, here we go. Get my dauber. And so I did not tape it down. You can tape it down if you want. I didn't. I wasn't, you know, worried about it to that extent. Let's see. I want to make sure I get this right. I guess it really doesn't matter. It's probably actually a side to side, but I'm using it like this, so it's all right. So anyway, I'm just going to take this down and start daubering. That's all I did. You could even do the smaller ones, and you could do the green and the red to make your flowers discern, you know what I mean? You can tape this down, like I said, with some washi tape, and that way it's not moving on you. I just hold it because I do. I'm always worried I'm going to rip my paper too if I use any tape and stuff, and I really don't want to do that either, so this works for me. Okay. Can you guys see okay? I just want to make sure. Okay, good. Yeah, so just go in there. And I just kind of twist it to get that ink on there. And with the archival ink, it is awesome because you don't have any movement, no reactive, nothing reacts when you come back in on it, because I am going to coffee dye this one as well, you know, instead of having any white background, and that way we have a really pretty background to work on top of. So I was going to tell you guys that you know, I've been trying not to do this, but I have kind of been stressing a little bit about what videos to do, because being so new to this and everything, and having such a rapid amount of growth overnight like I had, I say had because it has slowed down, and that's okay. I am very, very blessed to have you with me, and the people that come back and hang out with me and do the videos. I appreciate it so much. And the people who comment and talk to me, because that was, as I've told you, my whole goal. So, but I was kind of stressing about what videos to put up. And I thought, you know, that's not what I was here to do. I wasn't here to be Pam or Natasha or Tina or anybody. I wasn't here to impress you with my creativity. If I am creative, praise God, you know, praise his holy name, because he gave that idea to me. I can guarantee that. And I just wanted to tell you guys, I'm crafting, and I'm just here to enjoy time with you, and I hope you're here to enjoy time with me. And I'm not a professional artist, as I've mentioned. Yes, I have skills in myself that I've had my whole life, but they're not, I don't go out and sell my art necessarily. I sell my journals, but I don't go, you know, out to art shows or anything, and I'm not here to teach you a professional class. And I just wanted to say thank you, and you know, and let you know that if my videos are just crafting, that's, you know, that was my whole goal. And I decided to stop stressing myself out, because I was starting to stress out. I don't like that feeling, because that isn't what I wanted from my channel. I wanted friends. So the people that are with me and that come alongside me in craft, thank you. And I'm glad that we're becoming friends. And those of you, like I've said, who mention or make comments, I'm starting to have real conversations with you guys, and that's important. I had a lady reach out to me, one of you reach out to me who lives in Phoenix, and said if I ever wanted to craft or go shopping, and it blessed me so much, because I'm like, yeah, that would be awesome, because I'm not here to be this person, this famous person who, no, that's just not, no. And I don't know why I'm sharing this with you, but it just was burdening my heart a little bit, and I felt like, gosh, are they still going to want to hang out with me if I'm just there crafting and I'm not being exciting with, all these new fangled ideas? I mean, I do have ideas that are different sometimes, but I don't have them every day, and I still want to post the videos and hang out and talk with you guys. So yeah, I hope you'll stick with me even on the times when I'm not super exciting with a new, creative idea. Then maybe we'll just all become friends. That'd be awesome. This is such a big, beautiful community of people, and I love being a part of it. And here, being at home by myself, I felt like I was just getting to be a part with those that are already on YouTube, but I wasn't actually getting to know anyone in the real world that I could know. Does that make sense? Like, that I could really meet these people, and like I kind of do on Facebook group. There's a few that of you that are from the Facebook group, and I love that we've formed relationships, and that we're not just on there, showing each other what we do and then walking away going, oh, I'm actually becoming friends with many of them, and that was my dream. So yeah, I hope you guys like this. I think this is really pretty, and this rice paper feels so cool. I had never felt it before until yesterday, actually, and I was like, oh my gosh, I like it. It feels almost, one side's kind of slick, at least of mine. I don't know if all of them are like that, but one side's a little bit slick, and then the other side feels almost clothy. It's not a heavy cloth or anything, but it almost has that feeling of like a material, a fabric, which is pretty cool. Now, I did go over a little tiny bit, but I am going to come and do one little strip down this edge, so I'll probably get those pieces or places will get blended in with the flower and the leaf, hopefully. I could be wrong. I don't think it'll be a big deal, though. What do you think? I like this. It's pretty. And I think I got this stencil, if I'm not mistaken, I got this one at Hobby Lobby. I believe that's where it came from. Okay. Yeah, there you go. See, oh, you can still see it. Just a little. Okay, so now I'm going to take I'm going to cover up my ink. Don't want to get coffee in it. Okay, and I'm just going to spray this down. And this is just the coffee dye. I keep it in the fridge most of the time. I did hear Pam say the other day that if you put some alcohol in your coffee dye that it won't go rancid. So I haven't done that yet, but I need to, because that's why I keep it in the fridge. I don't want it going bad. Okay. And then I'm just going to sop up a little bit of this. Okay. With my dry wipe, so it's not dripping on me when I pick it up. And it dries, like I said, it dries pretty quick. So, there we go. Now, I am going to pause this for just a few minutes and let this dry, and then I'll be back, okay? Okay, guys, I'm back. So I accidentally tore this a little bit, and so I cut it. As you can see, it's crooked right here, but I pulled out some, just like I was saying before on the other one, I did more elegant, you know, and more natural nature type stuff. This time I was going to do a little more grungy because this is all floral and pretty, and I thought it'd be kind of fun to do the opposite. So I'm looking here. I wanted to use, yeah, these are ink. I was going to see how good my walnut stain in, I have one Tim Holtz thing that's ink, other than my little ones that I have. And I was going to look and see if this is still kind of dark enough to, I kind of wanted to use more of a, the brown, you know, on this one with the red, or with the mulberry, hopefully. Not too dark, huh? I guess it's okay. It'll be a good color for in the background. Let's see. It'll just kind of look faded, you know what I mean? Okay. That's not too bad. I think it's more the stamp than it is the actual ink. I think that the ink is probably fine. It's just the stamp has kind of that edgy, yeah, lifted areas where it doesn't look as solid. I'm just doing kind of an uneven proportioning here with it. Actually, I think it won't be too bad. I hope this idea is good, to where I'm doing just like the grungy on top of the pretty and the pretty on top of the grungy. We'll see, huh? It's okay, it's all vintage. And it'll be coming apart anyway. When it's all said and done, I'll be cutting it down. It's rare that I use like a collage page and do like a whole sheet. Once in a while, my handmade ones that I have, sometimes I'll do pieces of ephemera, like I'll do pocket out of a whole page or something, but that's rare. I do like to make envelopes though, out of the collage pages. I think they look cool. So that's that one. And then I'm going to come back in with, I was looking for my little corner here. It's floating around in my drawer somewhere. Here it is. Okay. I was going to say, maybe I will do that one around a few of these, like this. Yeah, these are all, I've noticed upon using them before, they're very thin lined, or like I said, they've got that look that it's almost like on purpose it's faded, you know. And I'm sure that was intentional in the design. So yeah. So what I'm going to try to do is find a few pieces that I use, or a couple of different stamps that have more of a distinction, so they'll stand out against those. I'll probably end up using the butterfly again. I really like that butterfly, so I'll do it. No, I did it there before. Let's do it here. Trying to take it around opposite sides here. Go this corner. Okay. So does anybody have any fun ideas for us for videos? I'm still kind of, I have one person who did suggest I make, actually I had two people suggested that I make my little flowers that I made on the belly band. And so I think I probably will do a video. They're super easy, but I think I'll probably do one of those. And then, what did I do with that one? Sorry, I'm looking for the stamp I had earlier. I was going to use, oh, here it is. But yeah, anyway, they're super easy and just pretty. I use those little flat back gems a lot with stuff like that because I really like the blinginess of them. And you can use, you know, different colors to make pretty much make it match anything you want, you know. So yeah, I like those. I love this design. It reminds me of a little bit of wallpaper. I feel like this walnut ink definitely needs a rehydration. I'm thinking I might have to get me a new pad because I do believe it's a little lighter than it should be. Just not quite as juicy as it should be. Maybe it's just me. I don't know. I was going to take these, I like these words. Right here are the lettering. See if I can do it without jacking it up again. Okay. And you just want to make sure with this paper before you do any stamping that you do let it dry. Okay. Because it will tear. I wasn't stamping, but all I was doing was like holding it a certain way while I was drying it, and when I pulled my hand away, because when it's wet, of course, it's much more not brittle, but vulnerable, I should say. Let's see. So I'm curious, for all you Christians out there, what were you learning about this weekend at church? I had an interesting experience I was learning about yesterday that I found a blessing, especially in this time in my life, was taking chances and finding or letting yourself believe in those moments of life where there's an open doorway in front of you, and sometimes you might miss the opportunity that God has right there in front of your face, you know, because you're fearful. And I thought of this channel, and I was like, you know, when I started it, I was pretty scared, and then it just took off and soared, and I'm like, wow, you know, that was not, I had no clue what would happen when I started it. And the first month or so, like I told you guys, it was just me and my husband on here subscribing, and then all of a sudden there you all were. And I feel like the Lord opened a door of opportunity for me, and when I took that step, you know, the one thing I kept repeating over and over and over when I started the channel and wasn't really seeing any growth, I kept saying to my son and to my, you know, my husband and to myself, I kept saying, you know, I don't despise small beginnings. And a small beginning gives you a firm foundation later on. And so, yeah, I was excited because once I started to see that growth, I felt like, you know, the Lord's hand was on that. And at the same time, I know because He's bringing that growth and He's bringing the increase, that I don't have to worry, you know, if there's going to be subscribers or there's going to be people, you know, on here with me, or, you know, I don't have to worry. And so that was the other reason when I mentioned to you about kind of starting to stress a little bit about, you know, what video will I post, and, you know, what idea am I going to do this week or this day, you know. I was like, no, you know, I'm not gonna do that, because this channel belongs to the Lord. I'm not gonna be fearful of what's to come or what I'm supposed to do. I'm just gonna trust in Him, and I'm gonna go along with the process and learn as I go, and, you know, and just take things one day at a time. And so, yeah, that was what I was hearing yesterday in the sermon, about not missing those opportunities in life, and when you take them, trusting, you know, in the Lord through it all. And so, yeah, that was definitely a word that spoke to my heart. And so let me know what you guys were hearing in your services yesterday. I would love to learn from you as well. What touched your heart about your pastor's sermon? I don't know if I like this flower on here as much. I thought I would because of the flowers, but am I getting a little too crowded maybe? I don't know. What do you guys think of this one? I think it's done. I possibly used the wrong shade. I mean, maybe I'm not liking it as much as I like the other, but I do want to try something. I don't know if I've posted the haul video, but one of the things I got was the mica spray. I don't think I have posted the haul video by the time this one goes up. So, yeah. I am going to cover my ink and move my little stamps over here a little bit. But yeah, I'm going to spray this. This mica spray also does not reactivate ink, okay, even distress inks. Okay, I even used it on where is it, this little thing here. You can use it on cloth, and it just gave it a shimmer, and it's not coming off. It's anything porous. You can't use it on glass, you know, or plastics and stuff like that, but anything that's porous, and it's made with a powder. It's a water base, but it's got like a powder to it, and it adheres to porous things. So now I like this a little better. Can you guys see that I added that shimmer? Yeah. And that one was in the tarnished brass. So yeah, that looks cool. I like that. Now I'm gonna let that dry. So I think that's our video for today. Using rice papers, like I said, you can print. I didn't show you how, but I did explain to you. I cut mine down because they were so big, taped it with washi tape to a cardstock piece, and then I printed, not on the shiny side, but I printed on the side that feels like a linen almost, the rice. And I got that print. I did this print. And then when you pull it out, you just trim off your edge where, you know, your tape was, and you're good to go. Did some stencils. I just wanted these to use as like a grungy background on some cards, journal cards or something. And then of course we did this one. So yeah, stamping, stenciling, and on rice paper and coffee dyeing gives you a pretty cool paper to work with. And we are going to work with these real soon because I want to make some ephemera with them. And then we'll see. I know that I heard from other people on YouTube that the rice paper handles glue very well. So yeah, I'm excited about that. So I hope you enjoyed today's video and that you guys have a blessed and wonderful day. I love each and every one of you, and God bless you. Bye.